Welcome to the bigger play where the rubber meets the road, and there's so much to talk about. We gotta talk about it. I appreciate you being here like I do every day. Enlightenment is here, okay? We gotta get straight to it because the rubber met the road at 7:57 tonight. Yes, sir. On a Tuesday. Yeah. You ready? Okay. Polygamy. Polygyny is the practice of having more than one spouse simultaneously presents a range of challenges and criticism which vary depending on cultural, legal, and ethical perspectives. Okay? Let's talk about it. Because the reason I want to talk about this is because I see a lot with Neo. Neo got 3 girlfriends. He just added a 4th. Let's go, Neo! And you got a lot of hate. Okay? Then you have Omarion just talked about ethical, non-monogamous relationships. I did some research. And from the research that I've done, it appears that in America, if all men were to get married, there would be at least 1 to 3 million women left. These are the statistics. I just did a simple Google search. If you want to get a little more in depth, you go to blackdemographics.com. They break it down per capita. But this is the thing. Not even with that. Why is it that so many of our one-on-one marriages aren't working? Gotta talk about it. Why is it that a large percentage of women file for divorce and a small percentage of men file for divorce? Why do we have a collective effort to divide us amongst each other due to political forums and social media outlets and podcasts and interviews? And why is it that people that's in polygamous countries more successful than we are over here with simple me and you marriages? Let's go through a few points of poly. Then we'll just generalize and talk about the general outcome of these things. In many societies where polygamy is practiced, it disproportionately benefits men. Why is that? Why would a woman rather be with a man with several women as opposed to a man being with a woman with several men? I'm going to ask you again. You may not understand. Why is it that a man with several wives is more appropriate than a woman with several husbands? Just a simple question. It often reinforces the practical structure of this thing, whatever this thing may be in terms of relationships, men and women, okay? Masculine and feminine. If a woman has a husband, it's unlikely that she would have 5 masculine husbands. If you got evidence to prove me otherwise, please do it. However, if a man has a feminine woman, it's most likely that he can have 5 other feminine women. So the inequality based on genders is a profound point when we're talking about poly. Okay? Polyandry is women having multiple husbands. It's much rarer and often is stigmatized, highlighted, and a gender-based double standard. I don't think so. Again, what man gonna lay up with a woman with 4 husbands? I'm just asking a question. Those they are not men. They may be robots of a different nature. They may be a hybrid of a man. I know you don't want to accept it, but we're here to tell the truth, the only truth, and so help me God, nothing but the truth. Okay? Now, you got a hybrid man, which is a mean. Okay? Okay? You heard me? M-E-A-N-E. A real man, we're not gonna waste time with that. In these practices, you may have emotional and psychological challenges. If done not a certain type of way, you got jealousy and competition among spouses that could create emotional distress and tension within the family. Transparency to me is very important. If you feel as though you cannot be committed, there are different religions and different societies that practice certain type of behaviors, but not loosely based. We're not here to speak on loosely based behaviors. Most women sharing a man. 100% of the kids in America in all communities are not provided by 100% of the men that populate that community. It's more so less than half of the men. You know what that means? That means Charlie got 7 babies with 6 different baby mothers. That means James got 3 babies with 3 different baby mothers. That means Malcolm got 4 kids with 1 baby mother. There's 3 guys that populated 7, 6, and 3. How many kids is that? 16 kids populated by 3 men. If you didn't understand what I said, rewind this and go back. These are facts. I know a smaller amount of men. I know a lot of men. But the majority of those men do not have children. I know a smaller amount of men compared to the amount of men that I know that has all the children. Compared to those men over there in the majority, no kids. And if they do have children, 1 or 2 apiece, that's it. These are facts. Blackdemographics.com, go look it up. Talk to me about why a young lady would choose me and she know I have children already. Why would you choose me even to lay with? Back to the poly. Children are polygamous. Children in polygamous households may face challenges forming stable emotional bonds, especially if the parental attention divided among many siblings and spouses. So that means I have a child outside of the relationship, and I bring this child into the home where this is not the mother of this child. However, I impregnate her and give her. You see how loosely based this thing could be? No. You sit down, you have a discussion, you fragment different ideas, you break them down, and you give definition and meaning and observation to these ideas that equals factual realities for the ideas that you presented. Okay? I know you probably confused, but I'm going to tell you what I mean. If you approach a woman, hey, I love you, I want to be with you, I thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be with you, I can't be faithful. Whoa. She's from a different background. She don't understand. She wants you to be monogamous. You just for her. You give her an idea and you show her what his idea has been successful. She has a choice. Nah, I'm not into that. I would like to, okay, I understand this. I would like to give it a try. Simple. Men, you have to stop with the lies. And women, you have to stop encouraging the lies. Okay? I know you don't mean what I know you don't understand what I mean. I'm going to tell you what I mean. Women, you encourage the lie by this. Tell me the truth and I'll make my decision. He tell you the truth and you run off. That's your discretion. That's his discretion. Cool. He lied to you. You accept the lie. And you have discernment. You know he lying. You accept the lie. You fall in love with him. And now he's doing certain things and you forgive him. You encourage the lie. I know that went over your head. We're not going to stay focused on it. If you need to, play it back and study it again. Okay. Economic strain in poly relationships, right? Supporting multiple spouses and their children can lead to financial difficulties, particularly in economically disadvantaged communities. Okay? Economically disadvantaged communities. Let's get it right. Limited resources may lead to unequal distribution of wealth, causing resentment and neglect. So, let's deal with that. Therefore, my young man, if you want to have a relationship where you're dealing in multiple different women, in multiple different families, multiple different households, multiple different children, multiple different spouses, you need to be able to provide a certain type of lifestyle. Everybody doesn't want the same type of lifestyle. Everybody don't want a Benz. They rather have lineage. Everybody don't want money. They rather have integrity. Everybody don't want a big mansion. They rather have a comfortable home that they are living in where they're comfortable and they're not worried about that. So you have to assess those individuals, for lack of a better word, that you are dealing with and correspond their happiness to their lifestyle. Okay? It's not a big deal. Real simple. If you want to practice this lifestyle, have you some money to give the person that's practicing this lifestyle with you the accommodations that they deserve for being a part of this idea that you are presenting to them and they are willing to be a part of. It's real simple. Okay? Not rocket science. All right? Now, this is where we run into a problem in America. Outside of other countries that practice this, where it's not legal complications or ramifications, polygamy is illegal in a lot of countries, right? Why is that? Go to the Old Testament and watch how they wiped out the Old Testament to bring in the New Testament, and you'll get your answer. We're not going to do that right here, right now. It's a lot. So if you really feel this, go do some research, chump. And don't just come over here looking for all the answers, even though we will provide all the answers, because we got them. We love Google. We love encyclopedia, even though they're not always right all the time. I appreciate you being here. Welcome to the Bigger Play where the rubber meets the road, and we get straight to it. We're going to talk every day. We're here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. So, polygamy being illegal in many countries make it the legal status of a second or subsequent spouses precarious, and it will deny them the right to inheritance, health care, or other protections. Adequate protections depending on what country you are in. However, this is what I learned. See, we're gonna put forth the negatives and then we're gonna come back with the pushback. And we're going to come back with the fact data and statistics to debunk the negatives and bring the positives. Now, if you're not on the positives, then you're just going to stay with the negatives. You can't debunk them. They're going to remain facts in your life if you're capping. Okay? Now, if you have living wills, and if you set up trust, and if you set up agreements amongst you and your queen, and you guys are able to facilitate a structure for yourself, guess what? You would benefit as opposed to the pushback and having ramifications and complications in the legal system. See, in America, I find divorce. I've never been divorced in the legal sense, but I have broken up with women that I've been engaged in certain type of activities with, and we've had our separation. It's not as complicated walking away when you get the state involved. The state signs the certificate, and now they like, hold on. You can't just walk away and you own 2 properties. And you got precious cargo, which is your 3 children. We need to get involved because you signed documentation and it had to have the seal of the state on it. You in trouble. We need to continue to break that apart. However, if you sit down and you have agreements with the people you are dealing with and you guys are under a certain understanding, when you go your separate ways, you don't have to have the state involved. I'm giving you a lot of game. Okay? Gifted, accurate messages every day. Game. Okay? The bigger play. TBP. Where the rubber meets the road. The next problem you're worried about is social stigmatization. In society where monogamy is the norm, which I haven't been a part of that society yet, I haven't seen it. You show me normal monogamy, and I'll show you a plethora, all right, of faithful men. I can't. It's not going to happen. Polygamous families may face discrimination or marginalization affecting their access to certain attributes and certain accessibilities in that particular society. The word I was looking for was certain opportunities. You understand? Because this is the deep subject that so many people just shun away from. But you really your sister, wife, and you don't know it. Or you know it and you don't want to accept it. A small percentage of the men populate the world. Woo! I know that went over your head. I know you don't want to accept it. But this is the problem. That's a fact. Yeah. A small percentage of the world, a small percentage of the society, of men in the society populate the majority of the world. These are facts. 7 baby mamas, 10 baby mamas. We know this to be true. 2 with one with another, 3 with another. 3 baby mamas, 8 kids. Because she don't want the guy over there that's non-attractive, that's not having a lot of motion, that's not having any money, clout, cooked, can't dress. But he's very respectful, not a good looker. She'd rather go get a baby with me. Number 4 with me. Okay, not me, but I'm just saying in general. So, exploitation is the next thing you deal with. Because you have a man that hollers he wants polygamy, does not know how to facilitate those relationships. It's a level of exploitation that may exist while somebody feed this person this information and it sound good, but the reality is it's all cap. So brothers, you don't need to misrepresent and be a womanizer. You don't need to do that and then do something called coerce, or you manipulate, or you find her that's vulnerable and you take advantage of you. You a sucker and you a chump. Okay? That's who y'all accepted. You're a sucker and a chump. Not because she fall for it, because she lacked in her upbringing. Her father went there, and now she vulnerable, and she just trying to fulfill this piece of her that's missing, and you stepping up to the plate with all these lies and all this. No, sucker, we don't condone that. No, we don't condone it. You a chump. You a lie. And the truth ain't in you, punk. So, you also have a level of power imbalances between spouses that may foster environments where abuse is more likely to occur. She's very feminine. she's a little more aggressive. And naturally, if you're a solid individual, a solid man, you're more aggressive. So this person may not have the willpower or the structure that's surrounding her life prior to being in this facilitated situation, this facilitated relationship. She's being abused because she has no idea of this level of aggression coming from another woman. You understand? So don't just think. It takes balanced individuals, a level of research, and a commitment to facilitate non-S behaviors. You know what I'm trying to say, S-E, behavior, as opposed to building lineage, legacy, and a future with families and orientation being right there at the forefront. Next, we have to deal with challenges to modern norms, meaning polygamy really conflicts with contemporary ideas of individual autonomy, equal partnership, and gender equality in relationships. You have to be able to let this person know we good. We good. We good. 3 separate people, 3 separate upbringings, 3 separate energies, but all feminine. If they practicing all femininity, guess what? Why are people in polygamous relationships more successful than people in monogamous relationships? Answer the question. It's a simple question. Okay? And because the norms change, because they push the Old Testament out with Abraham, and I'll push that out, bring the New Testament in, it'll say, well, this is outdated. Why? Family structures that prioritize male authority and control. Now, if you look at us, people don't even know who they are. The gender roles is far more outstanding than being reversed. They are upside down. We're going to stay away from that. We don't want to, I'm not going to deal with that. But they upside down. Then you got the debate about religious and culture. Polygamy is often linked to specific cultural or religious traditions, leading to disagreements and debates about its appropriateness in modern societies. However, it exists in societies and it flourishes. I need to know why monogamy is so difficult. And don't put it on the selfishness and you self-centered and you thinking about yourself and you have lustful thoughts. And why is it that men are naturally bred and born a certain way? However, when you follow your natural inclination, people then turn around and shit on you. Why is that? Or beat you down because you've been placed in an environment that says do this, when naturally you belong in an environment that's doing this. Follow me now. Play it back. I don't got to repeat myself every time. Okay? Sometimes it's a cultural right, a natural right, and natural traditions that do not conflict with the universal principles. But when you modernize, they'll make it like it's contradicting with the universal principles when it's not. See, that's deep. That can be a personal issue. Where your belief system's at. How tuned are you in with your spiritual connection? Do you know who you are? Do you know where you come from? Do you know where you are going? Do you understand your purpose? These are conversations that's running rapid now, having them every day. But at the end of the day, while polygamy may work for some individuals, some people, in specific culture or religious contexts or concepts, the challenges of polygamy always separate itself from certain realities, okay? This is why it remains controversial and often criticized here in America and in numerous other countries throughout the world. However, there are some countries that embrace it. There are some people that embrace it. There are some religions that embrace it. Gifted, accurate messages every day. Gang.
Pastors lying to the public, they ain't got the truth in them. Lights out, gas off, bootlisted city pimping. Blocks on fire cause the homeowners broke as fuck. Taxes up, water bill higher than a semi truck. It's a bigger play, a bigger play. Death before dishonor is the only way.